Stuff like this is why you see a big proportion of the Let's Players of old went to Twitch or any form of live streaming. You would think YouTube would be the most popular if it comes to live streaming, but they're not because of the way the algorithm works. Even though Twitch is basically nepotism incarnate, there is still a sense of you can get views on Twitch. You can get a potential person watching you. You can't on YouTube, to where if you go on any of the live streams on like normal YouTube or vertical YouTube, as they call it, where it's like live stream vertical mode. See, they don't have a proper name for it. This is how bad Google is at trying to name, because what vertical live is on YouTube, it's basically a copy of a TikTok live. Because TikTok live, I say outside Twitch, is the most popular form of live streaming because of their discoverability. Anyone can get popular on TikTok live. I have made more money on TikTok live than I did on the monetization when I did have TikTok. And that shows you how well TikTok Live is. I have heard people who became popular on YouTube and on Twitch was because they went on TikTok to get the discoverability and they said, hey, go on this platform to get views, to get people to watch them and gain up their rank on the Twitch or Kick or even YouTube aspect of their discoverability. But YouTube's live service is one of the most atrocious shit I've ever seen. You could be saying, what am I looking at, TP? Well, sometimes I stream. Now, of course, I really don't get any views on it because YouTube doesn't push me out one bit. They will push out, like if you go on Vertical Live, you see all these people who literally make content farms. And this is all vertical YouTube is content farms designed to get people like kids to watch it. And they will have 2 to 3,000. I seen one with like 80,000 views watching. And you could be saying it's Vertical Live, so they don't make much money. No. They actually do make a shit ton of money because it's considered live. So it's like it's considered a long form content video, and they put it in the live tab. So in reality, they're probably making thousands of dollars doing that. And the only thing they're doing is taking a Roblox character and having other characters, basically Elsa Gate style slop that the most easily, distracted common denominator will find interesting, and that is children. And you could be saying, well, maybe it's just that you watched it long enough to where you get it more often. No, because I have tried it where I just use a fresh account and I just went straight to live shorts and then to vertical live videos, to scroll it. And yeah, they're nothing but people doing that, and they get the most views out of any other group of people. And AI slop, or on TikTok, Twitch, and such on, they don't do that shit. They don't have that problem. And it's because YouTube is just made for money. As I tell people for a long time, YouTube is designed for you to make money, and not about you to make content that you want to make. It's fucked up. I know it's fucked up, and many others think it's fucked up. But does Google care? No. They only care if the advertisers, get pissed off and cut their funding to help YouTube. But as I said, like with Deep Humor, he doesn't care anything about that. He won't even acknowledge someone like me who made a video on here because one, the algorithm doesn't push out my videos because, as I said, I'm shadow banned. That means my account's actually worth a lot of money when you think about it, because people will sometimes purposely shadow ban their account if they get enough subscribers to where they're subscribers and view count to where they can use accounts like mine. Not saying I would do it, but others who have nefarious purposes who use it to where they can hide illegal videos. There's actual like rabbit hole of people just posting fucked up videos on YouTube from shadow ban accounts, and I could sell my account for probably like a few $100. If I get tired of doing this and say, hey, here's my account, here, have it, here's my password, and here's like the Google account that I use for it, and I get a few $100 for it. And it's because that's how YouTube works now. Some people, it's sort of like the gold rush where people are just selling selling shovels to people for the gold rush, and that's the YouTube accounts where you get up to 1,000 subscribers, you have enough watch time to where you consider monetized, and then just sell the accounts off and they just post slop. And it's sad because outside of like maybe TikTok, YouTube is like the only platform that people want to go on. These alt tech platforms are so shit and garbage that none of them don't understand the simple aspect of how to make a good platform, because the person that runs Odyssey is like a Indian, so he's only in it for the money and he's scamming people. He legitimately did a rug pull on the users with his cryptocurrency. And the person who runs BitChute, because he's in Britain, he doesn't understand it. His website is horrible for its discoverability, and the search is atrocious. So it's shit there. And you can say, well, how about Rumble? Well, Rumble is notorious for using bot views. Like they actually use a view multiplier to where if you see someone that has like 1,000 views, you count that by 10 folds, and they might only have 100 views. The CEO of Rumble almost got in deep legal trouble for it because it's considered market manipulation. It's just the way it is, and what can people do? I mean, I make this video because like I post a video of me playing a video game. I get done. It gets done. Next thing you know, my fucking video gets blocked. It's blocked. Like I didn't fucking put it on private. It's actually just blocked all the way. And you can say, well, why is that? Well, it's because YouTube did it. YouTube blocked the video to where it's not going to get any views. I didn't get any views to begin with, but some people just go on random videos that are long form and just watch it. And it was over a. It's funny because on the Fallout music, they only pick old music, so it's like music from people who made it that are long dead. It's funny because instead of just, I'm finally not making money, of course. I don't make money on YouTube because I'm not monetized yet. But I don't. It's like instead of just saying, "Oh, you don't get monetized," oh, we just blocked the video. It's like, what the fuck is this? I don't want to make money off of it. What am I supposed to do, huh? You want people to grow, and yet you post these videos of just slop. I keep talking about this where it's just videos of slop or people like you go on like if you type in monkey, anything involving monkeys, it's just torture videos. Like I've seen people like choke monkeys out on video on YouTube. Where they just hold them and squeeze them, and you can tell they're choking them because the monkeys just go sticking their tongue out. It's a baby, and it's monetized. Like you can just go, you don't use ads, you don't use ad blocks, and it's just Coca-Cola ad. So this is the state of the internet. And you could be saying, well, why don't you just use a different platform? Because they're shit. I've used them before and they're shit. It's literally just either child predators or neo-Nazis. And it's fun to interact with a neo-Nazi because how crazy they are, but they get kind of boring over time. And they're just as bad, if not worse, than like the left when it comes to censorship. Because if you criticize them one bit, they ban you. If you binge like a neo-Nazi's chat, if you even say anything, they just ban you. And if they had like the power, they would try to swat you. Like some of these people are just fucked up to where it's like they like to bitch about cancer culture, but they're just as much, if not worse, than the fucking left. Because the left kind of understands if they go too far, they'd be fucked over. That's why the internet's getting more shit. And these neo-libs don't give a shit who runs the platforms because they just want to make money. Yeah, I'm just making this video because it's like sometimes I go on my YouTube studio, I'm thinking, what's going on with my Fallout video? And it's like it's not being shown to people. And it's like, well, why the fuck I even stream?